fussing and thieving. While the sharks are wheeling and dealing, you gotta wake up and tell yourself there's no end to what you can do. They'll waste your body and soul if you allow them to. This is the time to start believing in yourself. Put the blame on no one else. I'm not gonna make a living. Ooh, it's gonna take a while before I give in. See the people fussing and thieving. Too many lies, no one is achieving. I told you before, we're hungry for a life we can't afford. There's no end to what you can do if you give yourself a chance to prove. We're hungry but we won't give in. 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 Ah, there's no end to what you can do. They'll waste your body and soul if you allow them to. Ah, start believing in yourself. Put the blame on no one else. Not gonna give in. Hungry but we won't give in. I'm not gonna make a living. Ooh, it's gonna take a while before I give in. Yes, it is. I'm sick and tired of scratching a living. I am hungry, but I'm not gonna give in. No, not gonna give in. Won't give in. Won't give in. We're gonna win. Not gonna give in. Won't give in. Hungry, but we're gonna win. Your love is king, ground in my heart. Your love is king, never need to part. Your kisses ring round and round and round my head, touching every part of me. It's making my soul sing, tearing every part of me. I'm crying out for more. Your love is king, ground you in my heart. Your love is king, you're the ruler of my heart. Your kisses ring all around, round and round and round my head, touching on every part of me. It's making my soul sing, tearing every part of me. Your love is king. I'm coming up, I'm coming, making me dance inside. Your love is king, ground in my heart. Your love is king, never need to part. Your kisses ring round and round and round my head, touching every part of me. It's making my soul sing, tearing every part of me. I love your love. a starry dream is in love. Blind faith, your love is real. I'll cry with my heart, always never, never leave to hold or touch me. Love is your love is king. You play a love affair with life. You stay and dance with every night. The moments from dawn to dusk you chase, but I'm lost now. Where do I stand in the rain? You play to empty eyes in crowded bars. I can't believe we've come this far yet got nowhere. What is there left for me in this? Every time you play is your first kiss.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to our employee banking webinar series. This is the second edition that we are having. We had the first one with Toyota Ghana. This morning, we are with Bolore Logistics in Tema, and we are streaming live. We have quite a number of companies joining us this morning on the topic, managing modern day stress as an employee. You all bear with me that employees, most of us are the ones that take care of everybody in the house. So there's stress on us every time. So there's the need for us to manage our stress. Hence, our duty as employee banking team with Access Bank, organizing this webinar session for our employees. This is an Access Bank program, and we are being supported by Bolore Logistics. So once again, you are welcome. It's going to be a short program because of the COVID. So we are having a workshop and as well as streaming live. You are welcome. Before we start, I would like Mr. Douglas Blay to give us the opening prayer. Douglas.
Good morning. Shall we pray? Our Heavenly Father, we thank you this morning for all the gifts and blessings you bestowed upon us this day. We thank you for the life of everyone here, for the life of our moderators, for the life of our resource person, and every other participant. We commit every other aspect of this webinar into your hands and care that you make it a success. At the end, all glory and all honor will be given unto your name. In Jesus' name we pray thanksgiving. Amen.
Hello. Okay, as I said, we are in the premises of Bolloré Logistics, and we've been welcomed by the head of admin and HR. So she is in the person of Madam Akosia Jemfi, and she's going to give us the welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinah. Hello, everyone. I welcome you to the Office of Bolloré Transport and Logistics Ghana in Tema. We are very excited to have partnered with Access Bank to bring you this program. We thank the staff and management of Bolloré Transport and Logistics for embracing this partnership. And we also thank Access Bank for choosing us to host this program. I believe that we couldn't have chosen any better topic than the one we are coming to discuss today. In this industry, thank you. I think that was the fire alarm for whatever reason. I don't know why it was triggered. Anyway, let's continue. I think that this topic, you would agree with me that this industry we find ourselves in, it's very demanding. The job is very demanding. There is pressure to deliver because we work around the clock. So there's always pressure on us, and this comes with different forms of stress. We are also in an era of COVID, battling with different waves and variants. So I believe that, and I am very confident that this topic is going to be very impactful. And I urge you all seated here, plus our colleagues joining us via Zoom, those in Takrade and in the other offices, to participate fully. And I believe we are going to leave here with the requisite knowledge to be able to manage stress going forward. Once again, you are all welcome and enjoy the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Akosia. Thank you very much. She's been very supportive and we are grateful to her. I want to acknowledge these companies who are also online with us. We have Royal Crown, we have Casapreco, we have Lene Services, Lisa Afrique, Toyota Ghana, Jewel Energy, GMPC, GPHA, VRA, Helios Towers. We are grateful to them. So on this note, we would like to go straight to the program so that we are in an enclosed area. We know there's COVID. We don't want to waste too much time. So we introduce our resource person for the day. Our resource person is Dr. Eric Howusu-Kumi. I always find it difficult mentioning his name. So he's with us this morning. I'll give you a little background of him. He has a certificate in stress and post-traumatic stress management. He also has an MPhil in psychology. He did BA in psychology and philosophy. Work experience, 12 years work experience in teaching from the basic to the tertiary level. Worked as a graduate assistant at the University of Ghana Psychology Department for 2 years. senior psychologist at the Trust Hospital and clinics from 2013 till date. Consulting psychologist for the National Assessment Center for Children with Intellectual Disabilities and Special Needs for 5 years. So we have in our midst Dr. Kumi Howusu, and as I've introduced him, he's a well-versed person in managing stress. He has managed me before, and I know everybody will have his or her share before we leave here. So on that note, we welcome Dr. Kumi to come and give us a powerful lecture on managing modern day stress as an employee. Thank you very much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This morning, Madam Akusia almost gave me stress. Just after one of the drivers gave me stress. In fact, she managed it. In fact, we can't avoid stress. We can't avoid all the stresses that come our way. You have books. I want you to open it and then make a list of 5 things that bother you on regular basis. You can decide to hide them. Quickly, you have 1 minute. Make a list of anything at all that bothers you. Randomly. So the first one is not the most important one or the worst one, just randomly. Okay, so whilst you write, we'll take a look at the topic again, the theme, managing modern day stress as employee. Does it mean that it's only employees who are supposed to manage stress? What about the employer? What about the market woman, the entrepreneur? Some of us have people at home who also are going through stress. Are we done? 5. I will go run quickly, okay? I will not mention names. Better still, you can take that part off and then send them forward to me. No names, okay? No names before we move on. So we'll look at everyday stress. We'll look at your role as persons. Then there's something I call the big fear. The first point of call, victims to victors, and then first point of call. Okay, are we done? Just pass it forward, okay? God, I don't want you to copy what I've written, so just pass them forward. I know you are intelligent guys and you can do wonderful things, so just let me have them. Or some of you are now thinking about your stress. Then you don't have stress. You don't. You didn't. So the world is changing. Okay, the world is changing. I sat in a trotro this morning, and an elderly man was saying, "I'm going to drive from a bad day. Torchlight Kramunibi, because I left home very early. Torchlight Kramunibi, because say how much unya torchlight put another we see. Your time near sir," which means a lot of change from their time to our time. During their time, no traffic. I remember I was born in Ungwahi those days, and I attended school in Teshi. You could stand by the roadside and you even see one single vehicle moving. And the bus stops were specific. You have to go to the lorry station to pick a car. So if you live about 10 kilometers away, you still have to walk to the station to pick a car. But today, you can stay anywhere and just do like this, and then a vehicle stops for you. Then when you want to alight, and the driver will give you into so, and then you will scream. If I had been standing here, you would have stopped to pick me. But now that I want to alight, look at what you are doing to me. That is some of the stress of modern day. Okay, so the world has changed. About so many years ago, we lived in compound houses. I lived in a compound house. How many of us still live in compound houses here? By hand. One person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, you are part of it too. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1 out of 17. So you live in your self-contained or apartment. When you have stomach ache, you suffer alone. That is modern day stress. In the compound house, when you scream more, somebody will hear you and come and help you. But now, this is what's going to happen. In the compound house, when you are cooking and you need something, you can call one of the boys or the girls playing in the house and they will pick it for you. But in your own house, you have to leave the thing on the fire and go search for the thing. Modern day stress. The modern day stress involves our work. These days, our work has become so complex and targets. 20 years ago, there was nothing like targets. You just come to work, whatever is available, you do it, and you go when you are not to ask the following day. But today, it's not like that. If you want promotion, you have to work until you are dying. Then you get promotion. If you don't get there, you won't get the promotion. It is clear. They will tell you, you told us. Most often, they will tell you decide the target for the particular season. I will do this, that, and that. Then your boss will look at it and then maybe you discuss it. Then you agree. So you agree to do this. So if you don't do that, you don't get it. Administrator, you won't get the promotion. But that wasn't happening some years ago. Modern day stress. Today, if you have a parent, your mother is likely to live in a house you built for them or they've tried to build themselves, self-contained again. So when they are sick, you have to think about how somebody is going to take care of them. But those days, we were in a compound house, family house, anybody would take care of your mother. So you wouldn't think about going to the village. My father was not worried about going to the village when I was young to take off. But now I'm worried about my dad. So I've asked one of my sisters to stop work so that we'll pay her to take care of our dad. Modern day stress. So extra money is going. You know that. Today, the kids, some of them are home, some of them are in school. So who go and take the one from school if your work is set that you don't close it, and who will take care of those at home? You have one maid or one house help. Modern day stress. So it means you have to get an extra hand. This woman, I'm sure she's being battled by this kind of stress. So the care we give to people is one of the major sources of our stress today. Now, most people are thinking about their work. You see, once you are thinking about your work as a stress, somebody is thinking about his mother's sickness, his father's sickness as a stressor, or the marriage. Modern life gives marriage a big stress because you are living as self-contained. So the two of you have to work. You have to bring in an extra hand, come and help. Your wife, her role has changed. She's no more just cooking and washing. She's also working and bringing money home. So sometimes you are confronted as a man to do some of the work that you don't even know how to do. And if you don't do that, your wife will descend on you, modern day stress. And then the man will descend on the wife. Are you not the woman? Are you not the wife? Why is the child crying and you are not doing this and you're not doing that? So we are going to be facing a lot of stress, whether we like it or not. There are some of the stress we cannot avoid. Okay. Then, how do you know you are going through stress? When people are referred to my office, they tell me, I'm not mad. They say, come and see you. I ask them, why were you asked to come and see me? I don't know. Are you sure you don't know? When the BP was they've given him all the medication, the BPs are still up. So it means this BP is not physical health issue. Somebody is thinking about how he's going to pick the child from school. The boss is saying that we have a meeting. Today you cannot go. The house help is sick or the whatever driver, Uber driver calls you, stuck in the middle of the somewhere. And then the school is telling that you this mommy way or you this papa way. You like coming here late. Do you think we are here to babysit your child? So you are worried. You start thinking. Your BP will go up. Your BP will start climbing. Your heart will start beating. When the alarm went, up or it signaled? How many people had their hearts beating or missing a beat or beating faster? How many of us? How many? Okay, the two of you. None of you. But this is your building. This is not the first time it has gone up. So why did you still respond to it that way? We'll come back to that. So that's also another kind of stress. Then we have some of the signs that you can see, changes in our life. Every change is caused by stress. Every change. Every change in our life. So if you're not sleeping well, or you are sleeping too much, that can be due to stress. If you are eating less or eating too much, stress. If you are talking too less or talking too much, stress. Because when you are so stressed, you can decide not to talk, not to mind anybody. And sometimes when you are so stressed, you want to talk your heart out, or you want to react angrily, scream at someone. Sometimes when somebody screams at you for no reason, for no provoked reason, take it cool. The person is going through some amount of stress. Just relax for the person. Don't get back at the person. But sometimes you yourself, you are going through your own stress. Then somebody wants to hit you with their stress. So you give it back to them. Send back to sender. And I'm back to sender. You give it back to them. So our heart will race anytime we are stressed. Sometimes without us knowing. Because the organ that is supposed to record your heart beating higher than normal is engaged with the stressor or whatever causing the stress. So for instance, you're thinking about your child in school, you've called you, you've not come to pick your child. What is wrong? So you are worried about that. When your heart is racing, you wouldn't know. Until your BP begins to go up and then things begin to start, then you know that you are going to stress. Then we can have people falling sick frequently. They are the ones who are normally referred to me. We call them the physio-psychological thing. The thing is mental, it's happening in your mind, but it manifests physically. In you not sleeping, not eating well. So you go, you know there's nothing, you feel there's nothing, but you can't eat. You know that you can do the bowl very well, but this time it's not happening. Then you know that you are going to stress. For some people, they tremble. Some people will see that their hands become wet and so on and so forth. So I'm sure some of you will find yours here. And then headache, very common headache. We call them tension headache. They will do all the tests. They will check your brain. There's no seizure. There's no tumor. There's no blasting of the blood vessel, but you continually have the headache. Sometimes when you get a good sleep, it becomes better. When you come to work, then you start again. Then it means your stressor is around this place. So you have to begin to look for them and address them. Okay, so some people also have muscle tension and then unnecessary pain. Maybe a pain here, pain there, especially back pain, neck pain. They are the sources of stress. So stress, any type of change that causes physical, emotional, or psychological strain. You see, the human body is designed to withstand any change. Take note of that. But when it becomes too much, then the body begins to complain. So sometimes when the body changes, for instance, today they've given you so much work or so much pressure at work, the body will change or it will begin to respond to that stress. But by tomorrow next, you are resting, so you feel okay. But if you're supposed to come to work, I'm sure you work on Saturdays. No Saturday work. Oh, okay. Some of you, those who are supposed to keep the building running, right? Okay. Then it is also our body's response to any threat, any danger. Now, this particular definition depends on you and I. Because when I pick this and I do this guy knows I'm joking, so you will not bother. But if I rush here with a gun, this guy knows that I can harm him, so he'll begin to react, and that is a stressor. Somebody will hear a news that, hey, Obieu, and then it will shatter him or her. Why? It is the person's meaning of death. Somebody hears that somebody is sick. Somebody hears that they said somebody has gone to Ekpelebeji, Ekpelebeji. Then he becomes worried. Not that he has done anything wrong, but he's just scared that he's going to die. So that can cause a lot of stress. So those are some of the definitions of stress. Now let's look at some financial stresses, the modern day stresses. Obia pesika, obia nyesika. Look at the gentleman who killed 3 kids. What does he want? Ega. You are here because of Ega. Me too, I'm here because of Ega. Those people too are here because of Ega. Money, kudi. But sometimes a car adorian, not to your dream. Sometimes too much debt to pay. Because you need to survive. You need to feed your children, school them, accommodate them, do all the things, heal your sick mother or sick father. So sometimes you have to take loans. And when it becomes so much, sometimes you need somebody's divine interference to come and push you off the road. Then you know, or somebody will touch you before you know that you are in the middle of the road. Somebody will say, Enyakwa. Enyakwa. When you find somebody talking on the street, he's not mad. Things are going on in the mind, and he's trying to engage those thoughts. One of the debtors have just, is it debtor? Somebody who owns, you own, is debtor, have just called him. If you don't pay the money today, what I will do, I will come to your office. Okay. I had a client who works in a bank who took so much money to buy 10 Uber vehicles to run. Within 6 months, they were all grounded. The drivers, they give us a lot of stress. Those of you who own taxis and trotros, and they will give you a lot of stress. So he went bankrupt, and some of the money he took from people to try to put the vehicles back on road. And some of them will call him, then this guy, that day he can't go to work. He can't also tell why he can't go to work. And your boss will call you, Kwame Nkrumah, why? I didn't see you today. Boss, I'm not well. Stressor. Then you can also have trouble saving money. Some of us, the insurance companies will come, save this. The investment companies will come. The bank people will come, try to save this. But you tell them tomorrow, they will keep coming, and some of them become your stressors. Because they will keep calling you. The insurance guys will keep calling you, visiting your office, trying to engage you. It is difficult for you to just save money. And that's stressor financially. Then some of us to overspending, especially which people spend a lot. Which people? The men. Okay, praise the Lord. So we heard the women saying the men spend a lot. Sometimes overspending can put a lot of financial stress. Some of the spending, and your effort, it comes. You don't just plan for it. It just happens and you have to spend. So if your mother falls sick right now, you have to spend. It's overspend. It's not budgeted. And a bank for overspending means spending what you've not planned for. Is that true? So some of the overspending is not planned, but it will come. And when it comes, it gives us headache. Then unexpected expenses, similar to the overspending. So this one there, you just walk on, then somebody hit the back of one of my driver's car, Land Cruiser. It has happened to me twice. In my office, somebody hit my car with a Land Cruiser and the guy ran away. They came to call me from the office. Oh, the car, so I came down. Then the security man was going to show me, oh, the guy was gone. He was gone. So I have to go and fix my own car. The same thing happened to one of my driver. The guy hit his back heavily, smashed the windscreen and everything. So he tried to pretend to park. So when he parked and the driver was trying to park and come out, oh yeah, he was gone. And the driver was crying because he thought I would not believe him because he says not time yet. So another stressor, and that is what? Unexpected expense. But the insurance companies, that's why we do insurance. So that is one reason, one good way to manage financial stress. You have insurance, you talk to the bank guys so that they fix you with products that can help you to resolve that. Then escalating debt. So now let's continue to manage our stress. Please go on. Gentlemen. Okay, so let's look at the big fear. When you begin to have stress, like you have a health condition, chronic, it's a stressor, or you have a difficult marital relationship, or you have a difficult relationship with your bosses, or even your subordinates, or some of the people you work with, or a friend, The thing is that some of us continue to live in those situations. Today, I've left home. Why can't I enjoy the environment I find myself? Why do I continue to think about what's happening at home? Maybe I have a boy, the word is stubborn, but I use the word very active, extremely active, because you don't know what he will become in future. When you keep saying he's stubborn today and it sticks, one day he will tell you were calling me a stubborn boy. So I will not mind you. So let's use positive words for our children, no matter what happens, no matter what. Then some of us to do mental filter. 5 things have happened to you when you were coming to work. 4 of them are wonderful things. One of them, and you cry, but you focus on that. You filter it. When you sit down to think, that is all you think about. But you forgot about the smile, or you forgot about the gift somebody gave to you, or some nice positive thing somebody said to you. All you remember is the guy who crossed you and insulted you in addition. That's all you want to remember. But other people also said good things to you or did good things to you. Mental filter is one of the things that a lot of us do that increase our stress level. Then some of us to self-sabotage. Why would you tell yourself you're not beautiful? Madam, Auntie Ama, the name is Amai, Akosia. Why will you tell yourself you're not beautiful? Why will you tell yourself you're not hardworking? Allow someone to do that to you. Then you tell the person, no, I am hardworking. A lot of us criticize ourselves so much. We blame ourselves so much. The damage is done. You have to revive yourself and move on. Why did I even do this? Who sent me? Then you keep doing that to yourself. So we keep sabotaging ourselves, criticizing ourselves, blaming ourselves after we've done the thing. But we are supposed to rather encourage ourselves. That's what we should do to ourselves. We should love ourselves so much that we tell ourselves the good things and people tell us the bad things and we fight them. We shouldn't fight our own self. When that happens, the stress that has already happened, you perpetuate it, you increase it, and you make it last longer in your life than normal. Now, the first stage to manage your stress is to identify that you have a stress. Praise the Lord. Do you have Muslims here? Okay, so Army. Then the traditionalists, we've abandoned our tradition, no problem. So a problem well stated is half solved. So if you know your problem, if you're able to identify, say, me kunu is a stressor, my wife is a stressor, my child is a stressor, my job is a stressor, my pockets is a stressor, then you have started solving your problem. So identify your stresses. That's what you've done. Some of you have done it. Hey, madam, I copy me the nkakra. Okay, you have to identify your stresses. So I have a list here. I'm going to just go through them. Just listen. Nobody knows who wrote what, but take note of them. Wake up early, sleeping late, eating once a day, late closing, walk for 30 minutes before joining a vehicle. That's somebody's stresses. Traffic, users, work. Okay. Kids at home, someone's stresses. Family affairs, with your Ministry of Foreign Affairs, family affairs, then traffic, accommodation, health, roads, Jesus Christ. Now, listen very carefully. You begin to understand that the kind of things some of us worry about when we start managing the stress. Roads is a stressor. Then for another person, getting things done on time. So they call it simple. Deadlines, right? You call it deadlines at the workplace. Reducing, I don't have deadline. When you come, I talk to you and you're okay, you go. So if it's 2 people I talk to, that's it. Then money management, reducing cost, managing colleagues, meeting clients' deadline. This person, I don't know whether it's a gentleman or a lady, but this person, most of his stresses are coming from work, which means that he has managed his home stresses very well. Then we have another person, customer stress, yes. Work colleague stress, manager stress, family stress, project stress, praise the Lord. So that's someone's stresses. Another person, finance, work, family, relationship, health. Please take note of the ones that are reoccurring. It's very important because we begin to realize that human beings have common problems. So the question is, why is someone smiling in the midst of his problems and another person sad? That's the difference. Somebody is doing something that is managing his stress better than another person. Okay, so I'm done with those who presented their stresses. So I saw work, family. So somebody said manager stress, customer stresses. BBI was about to, but it still works. So work, family, relationship. So whether married, nobody said marriage, but a lot of people want to hide their marital stress. I know very well. Because when they come and sit in front of me, you ask them, oh, BBI, everything is fine. But when you move on, because you see, marital relationship is very intimate and it's supposed to be secret because I can't tell you what I did to my wife this morning. So until the person begins to trust you very well, he will never talk about that. But we have them. And when they begin to release the marital stresses, if you're not strong or you don't have experience, you run away from them because they begin to be calling you every day to give you updates of their marital stress. So relationship. So whether you are married or you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, it's the same thing. You go through the same kind of stress. So so just take note of this 4 A's. The first group of stress, we can avoid them. But sometimes, so some of the stresses will fall in various categories. A typical example is traffic. We can avoid traffic. How do we do that? Yes. How can you avoid traffic or traffic stresses? You leave home early. You see the negative people? The negative people, whatever method or approach you teach them to manage stress, they will come up with the if. They will tell you, what if? What about if there is no if? But I think about a week ago, there was a big earthquake falling on the motorway. So you've left home very early to come to work. Maybe you live at Amasaman, so you have to use the motorway. You've left early enough. Then you get there. When you get there, there's traffic. So some stresses are unavoidable, and there's nothing you can do about them. The last one, accept things you can't change. At that point, there's nothing you can do. So just accept it instead of panicking, getting worried. And I may be doing my boss, like I say, and I say, relax. Your boss will hear the news on radio. Praise the Lord. And so your boss knows you live around Amasaman, and you definitely use that route. But somebody will be seated in the car, but my boss knows this. But this man, I know him. This manager, I know him. He doesn't understand at all. He's not human. Then you keep doing that to yourself. We call that rumination. Okay? Processing distressful matters or things that you don't like, processing it over and over and over again. You would think about this thing until the traffic is over and you come back to the office. By the time you come back to the office, you are so exhausted. Do you know how much energy your brain needs? Whatever you eat, the brain takes 20% sharp for normal function. So take someone who is normal like us. We are sedentary workers. We don't use so much physical energy. But the farmer and then the concrete carrier, they eat more than us. So for them, their brain will need more energy. But anytime you are stressing, your brain will require more energy because the brain needs the energy to do what? To think, to process whatever you are feeding it. Okay, so some stresses can be avoided. So please, the stresses that you put on your paper, identify the one that you can avoid. Identify the ones that you can avoid. And then avoid them. So you know a particular road is full of traffic. Then you say, oh, how am I pay? Because listen, the quine is very good, smooth. You want your car to look neat and healthy. So you want to still go and use that route and meet the traffic. Whilst you could have used an alternative route, that's not quite good, but it will take you home early. Maybe your stressor is to get home early and take care of your kids. So if you go through this, you'll be worried that you won't get home early to take care of the kids. When you use that one, you go through another stress, but that stress will leave very soon because you are gone. You will get home and rest. So we should be able to avoid stresses that can be avoided. You know, this person talks a lot, and when people talk plenty, your head aches you, but you will still go and say, oh, I'm coming to say hello, and then the person will start talking. He won't let you go. You know that Papa no nibubefu, but you will still say it. And Papa no nibubefu, and then he will give it to you, and he will give it to you. You know that when you say this, your wife will get angry, but you will still go ahead and say it. Why won't you avoid that? And be free, because you know the person you are living with. You know your boss. You know that your boss requires permission before you stay home or before you are late, or he wants you to at least call him that I am stuck up somewhere. Oh, yeah. You will not avoid the stress of coming to meet him in the office for him to scream at you. Why would you do that? You know that you have to pay your children's school fees. You know, because nobody will pay it for you. The government will not pay it for you. You know you have to get stuff for your kids. I have a guy who wrote to his church leaders to give him money to buy things for their wife. The wife is pregnant. This stress, you can't avoid this stress. You've impregnated a woman, first month, at least if it's unplanned, by the second, third month, you will know. Then you wait, but you are eating every day. And then you can't avoid it. Until you are in the last month and you are looking for money to go and buy basic things to get your wife to deliver. Can't you avoid this? You can avoid it. You can even avoid a pregnancy in the first place, but you have decided that you want flesh for flesh. You see some of the things. So some of the stress, we can avoid them. But you see, when you avoid something, it comes with some, what's the English name? Some discomfort, some amount of discomfort. But if you don't avoid it, it will come with big discomfort, heavy one, the one you cannot stand it. And the people say they won't give you the money because we the be mad the ocean inside or sorry then. Oh share. You know, hey, I saw them with the media sorry no. Now they are sorry no. You will still not get the money. So you can avoid some of the stresses. Then two, some stresses can be altered. Okay, so some of the stresses, you can avoid them, but you can alter them. The situation, so I'm going to use the traffic situation. I find myself in I still got up early and this traffic is heavy. Hey, for some of us, the first thing we say is, we're ready, me woo. That is a danger signal to the brain. See, when the brain hears bad things, it will begin to process it. Our brains are designed to process information, to solve problems. Anytime you give an indication that you have a problem, the brain will start solving it, regardless of the 1,000 problems you already have for it to solve. Already mewu is a big signal to the brain. We say it a lot. Hey, I'm in trouble. Hey, this one, I'm dead. So sit in your car, relax and enjoy some music, because that's why you can do it. You see, some of us will say, I was trying to take that negative thing from my head. You can't take any negative thing from your head because you have already told your brain there's a problem. So no matter what, it will solve it. Some of us have kids. When the child says, I will do this thing, if you don't take that thing from there, the child will do it It's not stop it. It doesn't work for kids. It is changing the environment, altering the situation. So I prefer using positive communication. So instead of saying, Kwame, stop what you are doing, say, Kwame, go and do this one. So you give the child another thing to do. You give the brain another work to do. So find some music and start listening to the brain will listen to it. But if you sit idle, the stress will come more because you remember that, hey, yesterday's work, I didn't even finish. And I was supposed to come early and finish yesterday's work and start today's work. Then I'm really big trouble. So your brain will bring out all the other problems you have that are connected to the traffic situation. So you quickly have to find something to do so the brain can relax. When you even come to work early, because the brain is relaxed, it can do more and then you achieve more and get relaxed. Then adapt to the stressor. Adapt. We know the chim lion. We know the chim lion. Say in chim lion. Oh, munim chim lion. The chim lion will always adapt to the environment. Yes, that is what the teacher said. And the teachers they know better than us. So whatever your teacher says is final. Go and ask your kids. They will tell you, teacher said this, and you can't change that. So teachers are very important. So you have to adapt to the environment. You are someone who prefers to work by standing because you worked as a family, as a factory hand. So you're always standing. You've changed job. You are supposed to sit here in the office. Then you say, how can you stand and be typing? The body is not designed to use our fingers for certain things whilst you are standing. But at the factory, you can stand and then do the work. So you have to adapt to that new environment. You've gone to US. Also, the audio bosoneda and in the winter, they will bring your dead body. In fact, if you're not fortunate, it will be dumped somewhere. Unless your family is rich, then they want to make a year and make money, then they will bring your body back. So when you go to an environment and the stresses there, you have to identify them and then what? Adapt to them. Don't say you are removing them because some of they cannot be removed. Praise the Lord. Some stresses cannot be removed. You cannot avoid them. You cannot change them. You have to change to them. Someone likes insulting you, especially when you talk about marital issues. Then he will tell you, you cry, you married. Why will you talk to the person about marital issue? Just adapt that when we are talking, we talk about work and money, no marriage. You have adapted to the person. So the person will not insult you again because the only way he insults you is when you're talking about these things. Your boss says, I don't like excuses. So if you have an excuse, you keep it. So for your boss, you don't give excuse. You go and you look at the work you've done. Don't say, boss, it was this and that. He doesn't like that. So adapt to that boss. Another boss accepts excuses. He prefers you explaining things to him. So adapt to that person. So we can adapt in different ways in a particular environment. You can't take away that stressor, but to what? Adapt to it. Some of us have kids, and some people have dumped their kids on house helps and blah, blah. When they get to, they enter and then they close the door. Your house help will train your child for you. And then when your house help is gone, your child will now begin to give you the stress in quantum, bigger quantums. Because once the child was disturbing the house help was the one doing, stop it, don't do, put it there, put it here. You didn't do it. Now in the house help, your child is grown. Nobody can ask him. So you are coming to him, Kwame, don't put it here. My son asked me, what is that? 4.5 years. What is that? Because I've been saying that. So whatever your house help has been telling you, because you see, if your house help is having that situation with a child that you cannot control, they will bully them with words. Which means those things. So they will learn those things and put them down for you. Then when the face of the house help is gone, oh yeah, no, I can't quite see anybody. Nice, then you ask, where from this? It's from there. And if you that's what has germinated. So we have to adapt to the kids. A time will come, they will mature, and then they will stop playing and putting things. There are some parents, when the child puts this thing, listen, that child, that is his business. His business is to mess up the room whilst he's learning and growing. Your job is to teach them. Just tell them, so Kwame, take this one and put it there. Don't scream, because the screaming will not stop it. It is the teaching, the training that will help them to mature, and that they grow and then they begin to put things anywhere. At that time, they are grown. When you talk plenty, they will talk plenty to you, and then to become, and now, adolescents will fight you. They will fight you. And if you're not careful, they will use their hands on you. One time, our last born, according to my father, he knocked him. I don't believe it anyway, because my father is a military man, and he likes, if you are 2 years, he will give it to you slap. So our last born was not trained by my dad, so he doesn't know him. When he was giving birth, the man traveled and came back after 15 years. Then the boy, I think he asked the boy to do something. The boy was trying to be a little bit adolescent. So he tried to go and then give it to him, and the boy blocked him. And then the blockage made the man fall, because he's old. He's not as young as he was when he was dealing with us. Are you getting it? He blocked him, and the man fell, hey, you beat me. Then the whole family must hear this. So if you are not there to train your child, don't expect the child to toe your line, because he doesn't understand your principles. So all you have to do at that point is to adapt to that child. Keep quiet around that child and have your peace of mind. If you want to train that child at that point, then you have to go to the military academy to train yourself, because the child will match you very well. Then the last A is to accept the situation. A typical example is ill health. You've been diagnosed with hypertension. We will get it. A lot of us will get it, because now the world is moving very fast. Formerly, you go to work, do small thing, and then you come home. Now they will make you work. The owner of the business wants more profits, because he wants to go to Dubai 1,000 times in a year. He wants to enjoy life. He wants to be in the top club 5 or say 10 or say 20. So he's going to use us very well. He's going to use us very well. By the time you get to 40, 50, it is like you are 70 years. So we should note that and accept that, so that we work. Because some of us, we want to be avoiding the work. When you avoid, you lose your job by performance appraiser. Very soon, they'll tell you, you're here, we don't need you. Redundancy will catch you. So go home or you are sacked. And then when it happens that way, they begin to look for every fault to sack you. When you become useless for them, every fault, because they want to reduce their burden, paying plenty salary. So the smallest thing, there are institutions in Ghana, sometimes when they are doing redundancy, they invite me. Some of them, they will wait, they will leave you. They will stop complaining about your work, and then they'll be taking notes. Because when they say, okay, you cry, in this one, you did this, you did that, then you yourself, you know what will happen to you. So you have to give way. So when you are sick, accept that you are sick. Acceptance is the first stage of managing a particular stress. I've accepted that I'm sick. No, a son of God, a child of God, no way, it will not happen. So who should it happen to? Me? It must happen to somebody. They said something must kill a man, right? Whether you like it or something will definitely kill you. So that's why I like the Anglo people. They will always look for what killed you. Nobody dies by chance. They will look for what killed you, but definitely something will kill you. So something will make you sick. And when you go and they tell you you are sick, accept it. See, when you accept it, the brain will relax and the brain will begin to think about solutions. Right? When you say no, the brain is going to look for the fact that you are not sick. So it will begin to reject all the symptoms. You know you have headache, and I'm not sick. So this headache, no. There's HIV, spiritual HIV. You've been hearing it. Spiritual HIV. So you need prayers for it to go. So they won't take their medicine. And then they die. I saw a man who had diabetes. The legs, we have to amputate. We spoke to the guy. He said, no way. My pastor said, no way. My legs shouldn't be cut. And so, Master, I didn't do. There are options. You can wear prosthesis. You can do this. No. He had the picture of the Osofo in his shirt. That's going to heal him. So I asked him, then why are you not in the church premises and you are here? No. You know something? My wife, she wants me to die. So she takes everything. So my God. 3 days, the man died. Didn't the wife take the things? She will take it still. So when you accept something, then you plan ahead to move on. Oh no, I'm too young for hypertension. Look, my father had hypertension when he was 70 years. Why me, 35 years? Do you know the kind of work your father was doing? Now we are thinking so much because you have to hold a job. See, if you don't hold a job, you will be miserable. In the olden days, our social support system was so great, so powerful that, look, if your brother doesn't have a job, sometimes you contribute and then you send. No, lie. Because the pressure in my home, there's no balance to send. So we are always thinking about how to hold our jobs. Then also thinking about working out. So exercise is also another way of solving your stresses. So let's exercise. Anytime you're exercising, you are extending your life span on earth. Because you become younger, your heart will become younger to support the cholesterol, the stress from work and all of that. So let us exercise. Some of us, our garage is closer to our bedroom. So right from the bedroom, you enter your car. So from AC to AC, then you drive. When I got the administrator, she parked very close to the building. So few minutes. Then the others will take Uber and they will drop outside there. And the trotro guys too, they drop there and then walk. They are exercising. Administrator is not exercising. Unless she has a plan to exercise. So if you look at the developed countries, they have factored exercise into their life. We are now doing it. So some work environment, they have gyms to help workers because they believe that when you have a strong or healthy worker, you get higher productivity. So they have it at their workplace. They encourage them to go. Spend time when you close, you go and do it. Because after that, he go and sit in his AC car and drive home straight away. Okay. So then get connected and build relationships. This is one of the things that we are losing. Formerly, we have uncles, aunties, cousins, and plenty of people around us. Formerly, but this time, these people are in competition with us. You know, your father will tell you, your uncle is so wicked. Look, when I needed money to pay this and this, he refused. So you have hatred. So relationship for uncle, is gone. Your auntie, look, they say he's a witch too. He's the one who didn't make me to progress. So relationship, you cut it. Your friend, look, your friend wants to take your husband. He even wants to take your job, but you cut him. So now you're an island. Look at what these people are doing. Can you do this alone? Can you celebrate alone? So even if you have a small program, you invite anybody. You try to do it alone. Let's do it small. That's the common slogan. Nipa no monye no. Omo no didn't do this for your mother is nipa. Your teacher is nipa. The one who is mentoring you wherever you find yourself is nipa. So some people are not good. It's not all nipa. Let's build relationship. If you have a friend, a cousin, a brother, a church sister, and then a work colleague, 5 social support from different angles. See, there are certain things that will happen at work that you can only tell somebody at work. You can't take it home. The thing that will happen in your family that you can only tell a family member. You can't tell a work colleague. The thing that can happen that you can only tell your wife or husband. So if you have very limited support, you have a lot of stress because you have to keep everything in your head. You have to keep everything in your head. So you need to build support. Then some little things also help us release stress. Watching funny clip. When was the last time you watched a funny clip? Yesterday. You've been doing it. That's good. Then you'll be laughing. Ha, 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 ha. Cartoons, good. And then somebody, when you do cartoons, it makes him happy. You know, when you are happy, you release dopamine. Dopamine is what makes us feel good. It's free. Some people take tablets to get a dopamine, something that you can get free. Some people are giving tablets to be happy when you can just laugh, do some little thing to be happy. Then random act of kindness, being kind to someone. Meet someone strange and smile to the person and see what will happen. When you walk after like 5 or 10 steps, turn and look at the person will also turn and look at you. Smile at a strange person, and the person will move and then want to be sure who is smiling at the person. And then it will make you laugh. Try it. Or look at your mirror and laugh. Just laugh for no reason. After laughing for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, reasons begin to flow through your mind for you to laugh. And then you continue laughing. You are not mad. Mad people don't know that they are laughing. Praise the Lord. So when you laugh intentionally, you know what you are doing. So you are not mad. Then you can also learn a new skill. Just learn something if you have time to keep you busy. I'm doing some small garden. My place is small, but the Kufuor gallons that we imported during Kufuor's time, the yellow ones, I've cut them and I'm planting in them. So the stress in the room from the kids, I break it and then come and do something small to relax. Or you have a garden, then you go and water the garden. Then also use people by their name. Try to know the name of people around this workplace and call them by their name. There are people who are going through a lot of emotional stuff. When you call them by their name and you talk to them, even though they don't have a very good relation, they feel good. Oh, boss Krampus in meeting. Oh, administrator Krampus in meeting. It's good to feel that way. Okay. Then learn to write thank you notes in the office. Somebody has done something, write a nice thank you note, write a small thing and then send to the person. Okay, then don't waste your time. Please don't waste your time on things, unnecessary things. Manage your time well. It's also one way of managing your stress. Time, no day. Somebody sang that song, time, no day. Says here, time, no day, because now the 24 hours is not sufficient for us. So because of that, we're not able to call friends, visit friends. We're not able to have fun. So manage your time well so that you have time to have fun. But we need the fun to manage the stress. So when you manage your time well, you get extra time to go and have fun. How many of you have gone out with your friends? Some of you go and drink. Today is Friday. Fine, but drink said that you don't destroy your internal organs. Then some will also not go anywhere because they don't know how to drink. But meet a friend somewhere. There's a beach, nice place. Go and sit there, watch the beach and have a chat. Then have a balanced life. Some of us, your life in your work. Your life in your work. So I was saying, will be life work. They don't have any other life. So please balance it because the work would take away from you. So when you come and then they drain you, go to a place and get refilled. Praise the Lord. When you get drained and you don't get refilled, you come here drained. They will drain you further and further and further, like the black sheep. That song, I'm told, is the white man coming to take away all the fur on our sheep. And then they milk all the cow. So when you milk the cow, you don't feed the cow. Where would the cow get the next milk for you to use? So you come here drained and you make more mistakes. But when you are stressed, you make mistake. You won't be able to have time to complete your work. And then your boss will keep complaining about you. So balance your life. Then practice one grounding technique, at least one grounding technique. So please put your fingers on your sheet. All of you put your fingers, any of them, and trace them. Trace your fingers. Any of them, trace all of them nicely. So pretend you are in KG. Do it nicely. The KG teacher is going around to give marks. So grounding techniques will help you to manage. It will help you to manage thoughts that you don't want. So maybe you want to take something from your mind, but why you are in court? This technique will help you. Are you done? So please, in this thumb here, in the thumb, write eyes, your eyes, write it there. Your thumb, write your eyes there. I'm using your fingers because you carry your fingers wherever you go. Then in the index finger, okay, under the eyes, please let's go back to the thumb. Under the eyes, write seeing, S-E-E-I-N-G, seeing. Then in the index finger, write skin, your skin. Some have chocolate, some have strawberry, some have cocoa, some have coffee skin. So skin, then right under it, feeling. And that was used to feel things, or touching, feeling stroke touching. Then in the middle finger, you write ear, aso. And then you write hearing. Yes, some smart ones have seen the pattern. Then the next one, you write nose, and then you write nosing. Nose, smelling. Yes, I know some people write the nosing. So those who have written the nosing, my idea. Then the last one, you write tongue, tonguing. If I go around, I'll find those who wrote the nosing and then the tonguing. So these are the sense organs. See, anytime we are worried, we are inside our head. When you are inside your head, you cause a lot of harm because the head is the most important organ. Your brain is the most important. It controls you, but you control it. But some of the times, we think we can control our mind, but you can because it is your servant. Praise the Lord. It is supposed to serve you, but nowadays it is serving. We are serving it. We are our mind's servants, but with these organs, the sense organs, it helps you to leave your mind and engage your environment. They are the organs. They help us to communicate with our environment. So this is what you do, the skill. When you come to the office and you have gone through traffic or your wife has given it to you, it's normal. Marital, it's normal. It's very normal. Today, your wife or your husband will say you are a wonderful person and all. Then tomorrow, you are the worst person I've ever met. I've regretted marrying you. Normal. Don't take them seriously, okay? Just keep moving on. When you grow, then you understand why those things happen. So your thumb is your eyes. So what you do is that you just look in a room. So let's look in the room and mention 10 things you can see in this room. Just mention, all of you, mention them anyhow. Mention 10 things that you can see with your eyes. When you get to 10, then you stop. I can't hear some people's voice. But you are looking at me. There are 10 things in the room. So please 10 and look at the things I mentioned. 10. Stop looking at one side. That is laziness. Okay, you can see light. All right. Now, whilst you are doing this, you've stopped your brain from processing anything here because the brain needs attention to work. And these organs, they are the major source of information to the brain. You know this is a mic because you saw it the first time somebody mentioned the name and it was taught, right? We know this thing is camera because we saw it the first time with our eyes. We know that the AC chills because we felt it. We know the sun is scorching because skin and so you can imagine if you didn't have eyes, you couldn't have said the things you were saying. The next one is your skin. So mention anything that you can feel. This one there, it's one by one because there are not many. So what can you feel with your skin, gentlemen? You can feel the touch of your hand. Yes, the man in pink. Cold. Can you feel cold? Are you sure? You are feeling cold. Yes, daddy. The temperature. But nobody sees temperature. So you can feel it. Somebody mentioned it already. So mention that thing. I'll come back to you. Yes. Yes. Please pay attention. This exercise, if you don't pay attention, you'll not get it. Because before you do this exercise, there should be something bothering your mind that if you don't do it well, the thing will keep coming. So you must pay attention to the things in the environment so that it will take your mind off what is eating you up. So focus on your skin and you'll get a lot of things to mention. Yes, the man in the glass. Yes, he can feel the face mask. Alba. Okay, so she can feel her dress. Yes. What can you feel? You can feel the air. Somebody mentioned the air. I'm sure it's still the AC. Yes, madam. She can feel the pain. Yeah, what can you feel? Yeah. Yeah, what? Wonderful. Yes, so now I've come back to you. You can feel what? Hey, I ran to no one can. So when you focus on the positive things. Because if you happen to have a skin problem, if you're not careful, your mind will move from whatever you're thinking of to another negative thing that will worry you again. So focus on the positive things. The third one is your ear. So let's mention things that we can hear right now. Pay attention. Pay attention because I can hear a lot of things. So pay attention. Yes. Okay. Who again? Yes. Who again? Pay attention. Pay attention. If you, the sound of the AC, okay, what again? Flipping of the books. So you heard who was flipping the book? So if you don't pay attention, you won't get what is happening. Sometimes something good is happening in our environment, but because we are here, we don't pay attention to it. Then you begin to now listen. When you are listening to the music, your how will be somewhere for the meantime. It doesn't take away the problem, but it makes it to be suspended for a while so that your brain can rest, relax. So by the time the problem comes again, you have the energy to move on. The next one is your nose. As a baby. So what can we smell? What can you smell? You can smell the nose marks. Yeah, it has a smell. It has a unique smell. If you put your handkerchief there, it will be different. Yes, what again can you smell? Pay attention. Attention. What can you smell? You can, yes, wonderful. She's paying attention. That's good. That's good. Who again? Pay attention. Pay attention. Yes. You can smell his breath. Ebiana with di dokunu mekubi. Into ohumi ote. Yes. And I would di ginger or something. You can. What again? What again? This one, they should go to the ladies. What can you smell? Focus on yourself. What can you smell? You can smell what? Their lips. Yes, they can smell it. They can smell it. They can smell. You can smell your body lotion and other things. I'm smelling my inkutu. So you should be able to smell what you have in. The last one is your tongue. So what can you tongue? Mention only one. What can you tongue? What can you taste right now? What can you taste? Yes, right now, what can you taste? Your teeth. Anyway, yes. Saliva. Saliva. So if you look at the numbers, it kept reducing. So the eye is more powerful when it comes to collecting information. The tongue, very little. The last thing we do is to taste something. When you see the food, you see it. Then you be shy, very fine. Then you smell. Then before you put in your mouth, is the last thing we do. So when we have nothing in our mouth, we will taste our saliva. So you have to be practicing this frequently. Practice it before you get the stress. Because when the stress comes and you don't have this, it will not come. You will have loss of memory. You won't remember it to do it. But the more you do it frequently, it becomes part of you. Because you are going to carry your fingers wherever you go. Unless you are T-Bad. You know T-Bad? Prison Break. You know him? He's so bad that they chopped his hand off. Then he also chopped his own hand off. What kind of wickedness is this? So this grounding technique, you can do it when you go home. Sometimes in the kitchen, smell. When you put something in your mouth, try to focus on it to taste. When you go to an environment and the smell is good, try to engage the smell. Wherever you are, look at the things in the environment. In your office, look at the things. Engage your eyes so that to take your mind off your problem. So stress is manageable. It is not treatable. So have a less stress. Talk to your bankers to also manage your financial stresses so that you'll be fine. Thank you very much. If there's any question or contribution or moderator.
Hello. Thank you very much, Dr. Kumi. I think we've had an interesting session. Okay, so now we'll do some questions and answers. If you have anything bothering your mind, anything that you need doctor to answer, this is the time. Those online, you can drop your question in the chat box and we'll pick it up.
I have a small contribution. I think in Africa or in Ghana, I think we are so versed in the religion that we sometimes forget about ourselves. I was fortunate to be a lab technician before coming to shipping. Okay, so and unfortunately for me too, I was the one doing the CD4 for the HIV patients. Yes, and I was also with National AIDS Control Program. So I saw a lot of HIV patients, and they all seem not to believe that HIV is real. They never sought to believe. I had this one patient who came for a test because he wanted to take it to the man who died recently in Nigeria, TB Joshua. He came for it, it was positive. He went to Nigeria, came back for another test, it was still positive. By the time he came for the third one, he was dead. Okay, and there were lots of patients that I had, instead of them taking the medicine, they wouldn't take it, and by the time they come back, they are lean and almost dead because they don't believe it is real.
It's real.
And these things, I don't know how we'll solve it, but it's something that is vibrant, and we need to educate people about it. That's my small contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We are engrossed in spirituality. Everything has a spiritual backing. Doctor say, go and see this, we can help you. No, we dear. It's spiritual. Dogs, this one is spiritual. My wife is spiritual. Look, she knows my problem. She knows it. They told me she's the cause of all my problem. And so she is not ready to work it out. She wants a divorce. So that is true. If you have to accept the physical parts first, work on it. Spiritual, you see, even the truth about spiritual, God is the final. Why do you go to the dinner? Do you have dinner manager or the director? The boss overall is director. Why will you go to the boss if you've not seen your immediate boss? Will it work? Few. So you do the things on earth. If it doesn't work, when you are going to him, when he does it for you, you appreciate it. But if you do it straightly to him, tell him we cry me survey and I number. So we should know the trend. We go to God as a last resort, not the first. Yes, that's very true. So the personality types. Some personality types are very prone to stress. Naturally, they worry. They are warriors. Naturally, they worry. Look, they have money in their accounts, but they are worried that the money will get finished, even though they are not spending. So that person is prone to stress. She is married to a wonderful husband. She will tell my husband, oh, if he's a good man, I don't know why. I'm almost scared. No evidence that the man has even cheated, not even on the phone, nothing, but she's scared. So there are people who are naturally prone to stress than others. So we call some people the personality 1, A. Okay, they are always on edge. Always on edge. Look, when they dress nicely, 100 people can tell you you're looking beautiful. They will go and ask again, is my dress okay? Am I okay? Nobody have told them, at least if, no, I tell you in your crowd, then you'll be worried. But nobody said anything, but they will still go, and then the whole day they'll be worried that my dress is not fine. I know someone, whilst people are struggling to slim down, she's not a slim person. She's a honey hole. She's always like, can't you see that I've grown lean? Can't you see that I've grown? People say, oh, Madam, they are always focusing on that. Then you tell another person who is slim, and then she will tell you, God blesses me all the time, and they are happy. So there are people who are naturally prone to stress, and there are some, they need to be hit hard before the stress gets them. Okay, so according to your pockets. Basically, live according to your pockets. If you have to divide the kinky into 5 parts and everybody do you know when if you don't eat, you live like about 10, 15, 20 days before you die. So if every day you get something small, you survive. Then the day you get more, you give more. So that's one way. Then the second thing is that such people are likely to be worried about can I feed? I have a book that I've written. It's called Living Today Now, not tomorrow. So don't think about because what tonight be about who pay for him. Na bed na reduce. Then so we shouldn't worry about tomorrow. Bible even said it. And I'm sure the Quran also says something like that. Let tomorrow handle that worry. Today is yours. Handle today. So if you had 40 cedi for 10 people, buy 40 cedi food for the 10 people. If tomorrow comes and you get 10 cedi, you use 10 cedi. But don't like, okay, no. And now, maybe I can say me a penny, so you go and take loan. Then you try to impress people. No. You will die. And then who will take care of them? Who will even give them the 1 cedi that you've been giving to them? So live today and then let tomorrow handle itself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have more questions?
My contribution is that we should seek for help when we need it. And I realize that many a times we don't do that. Help is around us at the workplace. If we have a lot to do, we should go to colleagues, our bosses, ask for help, sometimes how to go about things. It releases a lot of stress on us than carrying the burden alone. So that's what I want to share, that we should seek for help when we need it.
That's very true. I'm sure your employer doesn't want to lose you because bringing another person is a whole thing, training the person. So talk to them, talk therapy. My job is a whole thing about talk. People come and then they just want to come and talk and then they go, they finish talking and say, doc, I said, me what told me? Because he's been keeping this thing for years. A woman had a husband who was a sorry penny. So we expect them to have high standard. And then when the man died, then he realized that the best friend of the family was the husband's girlfriend. And the husband's sickness, the woman didn't know. It was the girlfriend who knew. The disease that killed the man, the girlfriend knew, and the wedded woman didn't know. And so fortunately, the thing happened, she had the phone. And the things she saw, you get help.
So this is a follow-up to what Akosia said. I think our culture sometimes is a barrier for people to come out and talk. We are fond of stigmatizing people or judging people. You have someone come to you and tell you their problem, and before you know, it's news. In this small organization, you can talk to one person and then you have everyone hearing about it. Someone has, I've once been confronted by a neighbor, an elderly neighbor who had HIV. She couldn't tell her own people. I was very young by then. She was asked to bring someone to the hospital, like, I don't know, a backup or something. And I was the one she called. I was in school. She called me, I got there, and she said, the doctor wants to see a family member. I went with her, and that was the problem. The doctor wanted to tell her she had HIV, but needed someone there. I was there with her. I kept that secret till she died. Even her family members don't know she had that illness. But some people are usually reserved because of this. They are afraid of being stigmatized. When the COVID came, we hear someone has COVID and everyone is afraid. Someone tells you something and then you start judging. Oh, I'm a person, you know. So let's try to help each other. Yeah.
And that's true, very true. So once you are building a relationship, create trust. Let trust happen among you. Who has COVID? Who has ever had COVID here? Now it's a common disease. I have had it twice. So when I get a third one, I become a case study. Okay. So yes, what you said is true, but our culture is changing. That's what's bringing the stress. What is bringing the stress is bringing new ways to get people to help. So now there are professionals you can go and talk to and give them something small. When you come and talk to me, I don't have any business. I don't gain from telling anybody, because what I gain is the money I get and the confidentiality. So let's begin to go, just walk into any psychologist's office and pour out the things that are eating you up. Go and keep your secret there for safekeeping. Okay, if you can't talk to anybody, because they are not meant to be kept. Remember that, see, our emotions have limits. As we keep building the emotions and building, and it's full, they will begin to overpour. You get angry unnecessarily. You begin to do, if you're not careful, then you enter into depression or some mental illness stuff. So go and talk. She's looking beautiful. I once went to do a program like this, over 200 people. I didn't know they were all HIV ladies. I didn't know. I never knew. That's so many years ago. In fact, some of them were so beautiful that I would have proposed some of them. Because when you take the medicine, it helps to restore the system. And then you'll be as fine as any other person. So the medicine works. Don't find some anybody. Don't. You die. You die. So let's keep in touch. And then if we can't trust anybody around us, trust a psychologist or a counselor. They will listen to you non-judgmentally. That's the problem, non-judgmentally.
Any more questions? We can have the last one because of time.
Okay, this one is me. I'm somebody who, when I'm sick, going to see a doctor, it's very difficult. I will be sitting down thinking about it, either to go or not. Then I will do self-medication. And I know it's happening to a lot of people. Is that this one?
Are you scared?
I don't know.
You don't know. It's a what? It's a stressor. Yes, so health. You see,
Going to a hospital.
Some of us, we don't want to fall sick. Abba, see, we should take it from our mind. It's what? Something that we should avoid, that menyari. Because it's a machine way. It needs maintenance. Sometimes you could eat something that will mess your system. Will not get a lot of the natural thing to use. So he identified what is treating the malaria in the neem tree, that chemical, particular chemical. He goes to the lab, study it, and then see how it is made up of. Then he will create it at the lab. In creating it, he will use other chemicals to hold them together. And sometimes those chemicals can give you problem. So that is why it's only a medical doctor who understands what has happened, or a pharmacy. Then he will ask you, do you have this problem? Because the other chemical in it can destroy your kidney. So if you have a kidney problem, then we won't take this one. We'll go and look for another medicine that can help the kidney. When you do the self-medication and you have a problem that you don't know, then you create more stress for yourself. So please, self-medication is dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Don't take left. Someone was rushed to the hospital because he took a medicine that was given to someone. The person went to hospital with dizziness and blah, 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 blah. Doctor assessed and so you are suffering from this, then give him a medicine. And a dizziness, so the friend, and then gave it to the woman. It was BP medication. She didn't have BP. So when she took it, no, it was rather diabetic. And when she took it, her sugar level went down and she almost fainted. So we should be very careful about self-medication. And even when it is prescribed to us, we shouldn't take them the next time we feel the same way. It could be because of a different condition.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let me go a little bit different from the causes of stress we went through. Does our diet has influence in our stress levels?
Yes. Yes. The diet is a complex thing. So diet includes the time you are eating, what you are eating. Okay. Unim pa se odi binsa oyamshe unim. So oyamshe untimi so nda. And I'll be then you become basa, but because upe beans into where the beans, it will definitely cause you stress. And then also, we need to balance our diet. The modern day food is not balanced. It's not healthy, but it is the quickest way to eat. Every home is now eating rice. Our kids don't even know how to eat banku and fufu. They will tell what food is this. But you have to change the food because the system cannot take the same food continuously. Every food contains different chemicals, nutrients. Some of them, the nutrient level is so small. So when you eat it today, you have to eat another food that contains so much of another nutrient so that it will keep your system balanced. When you don't do that and your system have an imbalance in the nutrients, it will create stress for you. That is when you become sick. You have, then the timing too that we eat. Sedentary workers, we don't need heavy. To begin to feel sleepy. So to manage that stress, then you have to decide that you are moving so frequently. From you sit down small, you move to manage that stress, which is another stress for you if you have a lot of work to do. So you should know when to eat heavy food, when to eat light food, and at what time to eat them. And most of the food we are eating now contain a lot of salt stuff, and it will increase our BP very shortly. Every canned food contains sodium. Sodium is a preservative. So when they put it inside, a man they drink and say, until so no drink in a pan, now you are accumulating a lot of sodium into your system. And check, your BP will start shooting up. Then you attribute to epilepsy and you start praying. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Dr. Kumi, and thank you all for your questions. I hope all your and then I have my group head for compliance, head of compliance. Isaiah is also online, and I have two managers as well, Josephine Eva Arthur, and then Catherine Ampoma. Thank you all for joining. I know Boloretu has some managers joining. I don't have their names, but we acknowledge their presence. I would also like to continue to thank these companies who gave us their staff, who they have joined us online. We have Royal Crown, Casapreco, Lene Services, Lisa Freak, Toyota, Jewel Energy, NPC, GPHA, VRA, Helios Towers, Workplace, Senpa, Vodafone, Inest Africa, and Goyle. Senpa, we've received your message. We will send the recordings. Any company that's the HR has joined, we acknowledge you and we thank you and we appreciate you. So we will move to the next session. Somebody will ask, why is Access Bank doing this? Our tagline, everybody knows, is more than banking. This is the more than banking aspect of Access Bank. So we have different segments, and thankfully I handle the employees. Every employee is in my heart, and I have the support of my managers, and everything I ask for employees, they do for me, and this is one of them. I hope everybody has enjoyed the program. Yes, so you will see us moving from one place to the other. Next time, you will not be hosting us, another company will be hosting us. So when we call you, then you join via Zoom or Teams. Even help you to distress. So on that note, I'll call on Sandra to give us a brief. We will not bore you with what is the interest rate, what we are going to tell you the product that will help you to distress. So thank you very much, Sandra, you are welcome.
Thank you, Dinah. We're still on the subject, managing modern day stress as an employee. And from Access Bank, we're going to share the offers that we have for you to distress. Let me be here. So we'll start by going, by telling you who we are as a bank. We'll share our value proposition. If there are questions, we'll take them and then we can conclude. Access Bank is a leading bank in Africa, and our vision is to be the world's most respected African bank. Knowing our customers is at the heart of our business model. Internationally, we can be found in all the economic markets of Africa. We're also in the UK, Republic of China, Lebanon, and the UAE. Locally, we can be found, our footprints are all over the regions of Ghana, driving financial inclusion. Our value proposition for the employee, it's an account we call the Empower Salary Account, which comes with exciting offers. For starters, there is loaded with a lot of freebies. We have zero COT, as in when you do transactions, we don't charge anything. We have free third-party transactions. Your first checkbook is for free. We have free electronic banking products. We also have a standing instruction to a high interest yielding account, availability of loan facilities, etc. Again, this account offers you the opportunity to access our digital banking and channel products. For customers who would want to transact internationally, we have a varied card base where you can choose from. If you want to transact digitally, instead of going to the bank, maybe you prefer to stay in the house or in the comfort of your home or in your office and then transact digitally. We can use our mobile banking product. Also, there are some people who are price sensitive when it comes to data. They don't want to use their data. We have a USS code where you can dial *901# and access our banking products and then transact digitally. You don't necessarily have to come to the bank for transactions. Also, we have our bank assurance products, and then to our loans, we have a wide range of salary loan products for the employee. I'll talk about my personal favorite and our customers' favorite. We call the Payday Loan. For this loan is a salary advance, which you can access on your phone within few seconds. No documentation is required for this, and is a must-have for every employee, and it will really help you to de-stress. Our next product, we call it the Pick Now, Pay Later, which is a consumer finance scheme where we've partnered with vendors like Orca Decor, CompuGhana, Somovision to finance the acquisition of home appliances, electronics, furniture, building materials, etc. We have vehicle finance loan at very, very, very reduced rate with flexible terms. We also have Fly Now, Pay Later. You can get a loan to travel whilst we take care of your finances. loans for educational support. We have every loan that may need. We even have a loan to support couples, men or women who need medical assistance to for the fruit of the womb. We all know how challenging it can be when you want to have a child. And with this loan, you'll be able to get a child from this loan. This loan actually covers for IVFs, for deliveries abroad, for postnatal and prenatal care. And this is a very good loan for any woman, a man or a woman or a couple who needs support for a child. And we have a varied products under our bank assurance, and our bank assurance champion, Alfred, will continue to share our products.
Okay, thank you very much. And just like Diana mentioned, our mantra is more than banking, and that's the mantra we are trying to live. I would not want to bore you too much with a lot of insurance lecture, but I will just go straight to a few products and our key, what do you call it, our key propositions that we have in the market. I'll take our motor insurance, and I can guarantee you that what we have, you won't find it anywhere in the industry. Our unique selling proposition is that when you insure your car with Access Bank Assurance and the value of the car is 70,000 and above, we will give you free tracker installed in the car. It is free, and this is GPS enabled, and you'll be able to see where the car is everywhere in Ghana and even outside Ghana. You can stop the car. You can tell how much fuel it's using. You can, in fact, in simple terms, it helps you to manage the car and the fleets you have if you have more than one car. Equally, we also give you a third-party property damage limit of 10,000. In the industry, it is just 5,000. But when you buy your motor insurance with Access Bank, we give you 10,000 and third-party property damage limit. We equally have personal accident, and for the kind of job you guys do, you are exposed to a lot of perils. This is how it works. All you need to do is to buy a personal accident cover. It is very simple and straightforward and very affordable. When you buy a personal accident of 100 Ghana cedis, it gives you a cover of 20,000 cedis for 1 year. So in 1 year, for 24/7, anytime anything happens to you accidentally, you have a cover of 20,000 cedis, and it is just 100 Ghana cedis, and you are covered for a period of 12 months. So you can, it is incremental. So if you want 40,000 cedis, then all you need to do is to cover yourself for 200 cedis for a period of 1 year. And when anything happens to you, either in the office, at home, or on your way to the office or back from the office, when there's an accident, you slip, something fell on you or whatever it is, you are covered for as much as 20,000 cedis for just a premium of 100 Ghana cedis. And this is highly subsidized for customers of Access Bank. We equally have home insurance policy for our customers. And this also covers your home and the content in it against fire and its allied perils. So you all will admit how much and how difficult it is to put up these buildings that we live in. I had a neighbor whose house just caught fire, and in less than 30 minutes, the house has been razed down by fire. He didn't have insurance. It means that he's lost everything. For our home insurance cover, all you need to do is to insure the property, and you pay as low as 0.5% of the value of the house, and it is covered for 1 year. So at any point in time within that 1 year period, if anything should happen to the home or the house, you got Access Bank covering you, and your home will be replaced or you'll be reinstated And even in this proposition, we equally have an alternative accommodation, so much so that if for some apparent reason your house is burnt down, whilst you are processing the claim, we'll give you 5% of the value of the house as an alternative accommodation for you to go and rent a hotel and chill out whilst you process your claim. We equally have investment products for you and your children. If you want to save towards your child's education, there are insurance solutions we have. And equally, if you want to save towards a project or a dream goal, there are equal good insurance solutions that we have for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandra and Alfred. Access Bank is here to help everybody. I understand there are some network challenges. So some people are having challenges streaming. If your HR manager is online, please let them know that they can have the recordings, and then we can also share the slides. So though they will miss some parts, they can still go back and listen. So before we leave, I want us to take this number, 0, everybody should write, whether you are here or you are online, 080 000 4 zeros 4400. That is our contact center. 0800 00 4400. It works 24/7. Anytime you want to ask of any of our products, or you want to be part of the Access Bank family, please call. They will respond to you. And I am also giving, if you are an employee, I'm giving you my personal number. You can also call me. Even if I'm not closer to you to attend to you, Access Bank is all over the place, and we will have somebody attending to you. So my number is 050 144 9494, and the name is Dinah. So you call Dinah, and Dinah will attend to you. Even if I will not be able to come physically, I will definitely get somebody to attend to you. This is the time for you to switch to Access Bank. If you are not banking with us already, we do the banking to the next level, and then we even ask you to distress. So what else do you want? This is the perfect time. So now I have my divisional head who will do the closing session for us. And he is in the person of Mr. Stephen Aban. He will do it online. He's been with us since we started, and he's going to close us. So now. Okay, he'll be with us soon. Okay, I think the network challenges is affecting my divisional head. So we will ask Madam to do the closing remarks as well. Thank you very much, Madam Akusia.
Thank you, Dinah. First of all, we want to say a big thank you to Access Bank for giving us this opportunity. I think it's a very good initiative, and the next time they call on us, we'll be glad to support them. We thank our management, Bolore Transport and Logistics, for giving us the opportunity to host this program. We thank our resource person. He's been very impactful today. We've learned a lot, and I know that it's going to really help us going forward. I also want to thank you who were able to make time out of your schedule to attend, to be part of the program. Our colleagues, everyone. On this note, we bring the program to an end. I'll call Dinah. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, so we will do a closing prayer.